let's see if and I also have a slideshow, so I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, can you guys see that? Yeah? Okay, good. I will probably, I'll look at the chat later if like whoever's on, Emily, Jade, Natalie, if one of you wants to keep track of the chat, if there's any questions, if you guys do have any questions, of course, put them in there. I'll go over them at the end if we have time. I do have a lot of stuff to talk to you guys about today. So yeah, I don't know if I think I can minimize that. I don't know. I feel like it's fine. Is it? Sorry, Alyssa. I don't know. Hold on. There we go. I'm just going to do that. It's fine. Okay, you guys can see it. It's fine. You can hear me. We're good. Okay. So I'll look at the chat later just so it doesn't distract me because obviously I'm a squirrel and get distracted by everything. So I'm so excited to be talking to you guys about social media today. I obviously love social media. It's my jam, but it definitely always hasn't been. I have not been a master at it whatsoever. I still wouldn't say that I'm a master at it because it's always changing. And the algorithm's changing all the time. It's just always like getting different. So it really, like when I first started social media, things were way different back then. And I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I definitely like never thought in my wildest dreams I would ever be like doing a training on social media because it was rough. So just know that we all start from somewhere. So as you guys can see, this is a picture of when I first started coaching. This is literally my first like pictures ever that I did on my Instagram. And I was working full time. I was going to school full time, and I literally had no time on my hands whatsoever. So I was and the thing back then was to post 3 times a day. Like that's what you did. Stories weren't as prevalent as they are now. So literally posting 3 times a day while I was going to school, while I was working full time. It was a little stressful, but I always made sure that I showed up every single day, no matter what, because that's what I was told to do. And I wanted to treat this as much of a business that I possibly could. And I wanted it to be a business. So I knew that social media was going to be my storefront, and it was going to be the reason why, you know, I would sign up clients and I would find my tribe. And so I focused really heavily on trying to be the best possible person, influencer that I could be, but we all start from somewhere. I didn't know what I was doing, but the thing is, I did it anyway. I took action. I actually showed up. Even, you know, it wasn't the best, but I was doing something, and that's a lot more than a lot of people are doing. Is they get scared by social media, so they don't even try. You guys, you have to show up. You have to practice. You're not going to be good at it at first. That's just life. That's my post tonight. That's just life. You're not going to be good at something that you do your first time, and that's okay. But you have to practice. You have to actually take action. You actually have to do the things. So this is obviously a picture of my feed now. Obviously, things have changed. I've figured out my life a little bit. I've gotten a little bit better, but I will tell you, I still remember when I was posting when I first started, and I was literally thinking to myself, how in the world do other people have their ish so much together that their feed looks good? I was like, that's not going to be me. Like, that's never going to be me. I never thought that I would be able to have a good feed whatsoever. So I am going to be talking to you guys about growing your social media, and which involves everything. If you're slaying social media is most likely going to be growing. So these are the 4 topics that we're going to talk about. I'm going to like put this over here. These are the 4 topics that we are going to be talking about. Be consistent, focus on your content, increase your engagement, and then understanding your insights. So first one, be consistent. I feel like, hold on. I think I can, there we go. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. First one is be consistent. You guys, that is the most important. I know you guys hear this and it like is almost annoying for me to talk about because I say it all the time, but I cannot even like describe to you how important it is. If you are expecting, if you are wanting to see big results on social media, you have to be a go-getter on social media. You have to be posting every single day, no matter what, no matter if you're busy, no matter if you are tired, no matter if you are lazy. You literally have to be posting every single day because there is someone that is watching you and there is someone that needs to hear what you have to say and you have to show up for them. People will notice if you're consistent. People will notice if you take a week off. People will notice if you take a couple days off. That's just how people are and they're watching you. And literally, if you don't post for a week, people could be on the verge of, becoming a coach with you or signing up with you. And then they completely just like decide, oh, she's nowhere to be found now. I'm going to like go to someone else. So consistency is so important. It is literally your business. Like it is your business. Why would you not be doing it? Like why would you not be showing up every single day? Why would you not post like something? It honestly baffles my mind when people have trouble with being consistent on social media because that's literally how we run our business. That's what we do. So you have to be consistent. You have to be a go-getter on social media in order to attract any go-getters. I have so many coaches like say, okay, they're struggling with, signing up clients or signing up coaches. And then I look at their social media and they haven't posted in 2 weeks. Well, no wonder. You can't just go to someone and invite them and then literally the first thing that they're going to do after you invite them personally in a DM or anything like that, they're going to go to your social media, they're going to look at it, and then they're going to be like, what is this girl doing? Like, she's not even on her own journey. She's not even showing up for herself daily. Why would she show up for me? Your invites have to match your social media. So if you are not showing up on social media, no one's going to respond to you. And that's just how it is. People are always constantly watching you. They're watching you every single day. And if you don't show up, then they're not going to show up for you. They're not going to engage with you. They're just not going to want to follow you anymore because you aren't being consistent and you say you're going to and then you don't. But you guys, you all have the ability to show up for yourself. And I know that sometimes it's hard and sometimes you don't want to, and sometimes it's just scary and you get in your head, you're like, oh, I don't want to post this or like whatever the case may be. You guys, every time someone laughed at me or someone didn't like doubted me, and I didn't have like that many doubters or anything like that, don't get me wrong, but every time someone did, I just wanted to prove them wrong. I just wanted to show them that this was going to be something for me and I was actually going to do this and I could do this and I wanted to show everyone. So consistency is absolutely key in this business. And people, no matter if you think they are or not, they're watching you. They're seeing if you are going to succeed or fail. And the way that you're going to succeed is by showing up every single day, not only on social media, but in your own journey and being as consistent as possible. Okay, next one. I think this is, yes. Next one is focus on your content, which this is a longer topic because your content is so important. What you put out on your social media is key because that is your storefront. That's the way people get to know you. That's the way people like, relate to you or even want to join you because that's where they find who you are and that's where your personality shines through. So first things first, you actually have to care. Now, that may sound silly, but it's true. Like, you have to care. You have to treat it like a business. You have to put effort into it. You have to actually try. There's so many times I've heard excuses, I don't have time. I've heard excuses, I live in my basement. I lived in my basement too. I had no natural light. I worked out in the dark in my basement while Jace was sleeping sometimes. There was so many reasons why I could have used those as excuses, but I didn't, because I found light. I went upstairs. I literally have put my phone on the weirdest possible things ever in order to take a picture of myself. And you guys have to be in a business mindset. You have to, like, this is your business. Social media is your business. So you have to start thinking like it's a business, and you actually have to start putting effort into it. So you have to show up every single day. You have to oh, this would be a good place to take a picture. Oh, you have to be thinking of those things. If you're not thinking of those things, then that's when you're not going to be able to create enough content, because you're not even trying to create content in the first place. Next one is create savable content and content worth sharing. So the bookmark thing on your Instagram, like that little black flag thing, that is really important for Instagram to be putting your post out into your followers' eyes. The more bookmarks you have, the more your post will, the better it will do, basically. So you need to focus on creating savable content, aka sweaty selfies, or a picture of your Shakeology, or a picture of headbands, I don't know, are not going to be savable. They're not going to be what people want to go back and look at. You want to actually create a content that's meaningful, that's inspiring. And it doesn't mean that you have to like have this long caption or this very inspiring post. Like, you guys, your story is what's relatable. Your story can be the content that you share. Other people are going to relate to that. But people are going to follow you for so many different reasons. They're going to follow you because they like your workouts. They're going to follow you because they like your recipes. They're going to follow you because you love your grandma, you love to sew, like things like that. Those are what make you you. So you need to constantly be sharing those things. I always tell my newer coaches, and I just tell my coaches in general, you guys should be on like a rotation of sharing a workout a week, or 2 workouts a week, or a recipe a week, or there's so much you can you can be sharing. Yes, does that take time and effort? Of course it does. You have to plan, and you have to I'm looking at my posts all the time and saying, okay, what haven't I shared in a while that I need to share? And you're going to have certain people that follow you for different reasons, and you have to keep bringing up the reasons why they follow you, so they continue to follow you and they continue to engage with you. Sharing your story, marketing you, not Beachbody. This is a big one. So you guys, we sell products from Beachbody. That's what we do. We sell their workouts. But a huge reason why I was drawn to this company was because I am not like thrown in the face with the products. Like the coaches, at least I followed, I was not thrown in the face with products. I was drawn to them because of their story. I was drawn to them because of who they were. I wasn't drawn to them because they wanted Beachbody. I wanted Beachbody. I didn't even know what Beachbody was when I started coaching. Literally had never heard of it in my whole entire life. But I was drawn to their story, and I was drawn to the results that they had, and the consistency they had, and their life that they had, and I wanted that, and that was their solution. Beachbody was their solution. So you guys, it's not about marketing Beachbody. It's not about posting your Shakeology and telling people to go buy it, because guess what they're going to do? They're going to go buy it on Google, and they're going to go to that and buy it. They're not actually going to go through you. So you have to create curiosity, and it's even more than creating curiosity. Yes, you need to start create curiosity so people start messaging you and asking what that 21-day program is, or asking what that superfood shake is. But it's also much more than that. you want people to relate to your story, and you want people to hear your story. And you guys may not think you have this big story, or you may not have a transformation, or whatever the case may be. You guys, when I started coaching, I didn't either. I had no transformation whatsoever. But you guys, it's not about the end result. It is about the process that it takes to get you there. People are going to relate to the process way more than they ever will relate to the end result. It's almost easier to start out as a new coach, because you don't even know. You just can share your journey. You can share everything that's going on in your life. And if I look back at my previous posts, like all my posts were literally sharing my life, sharing if I was going through finals and how like I was having a rough day, but tomorrow was going to be a new day. Just sharing the little things that's so much more relatable than, you know, I have to be very, very, I don't know what's the word, but I have to always go back to my story and you can never share it enough. And I have to drill that in other people's head, because they see me now. They don't see the girl that I once was. So I have to show them who I once was. And for you guys, a lot of you guys can actually still share the process. And that is so important. The process is going to be what people relate to. If you have a goal in mind and you want to do this, like tell your followers that. Tell your followers that you have a goal. And then once you hit that goal, they're going to be like, wow, like I saw her do that. I saw her work hard for that. Like that is what people want to see. And that's what people relate to the most. Also, make sure you're adding value before you're asking. So what I mean by this is a lot of people on social media take from you. So they're constantly taking, they're constantly asking for things. What you want to do is add value. You want to be different. You don't want to just sell something. You want to really give them value, whether that be workouts or recipes or motivation tips or like lifestyle things, like whatever it may be or whatever it looks like to you, you have to be adding value. Because if you keep asking people to join your boot camp or join your team and just join my team, join my boot camp, no one's going to want to, because they don't know even why you're on it or you're on a team, or they don't understand it because you're just taking from them and you're not actually sharing the value of what it's doing for you. So make sure you're adding value. Do not have every single post like, please join my boot camp. Don't do that. Like, there's so many other things you can talk about. Non-scale victories. Maybe your workout was harder, but you got through it. The community aspect. Literally, I could just go on and on, because there's so many aspects. You really have to think like, why is this benefiting you? And you have to share that. Also, be warm and welcoming, and not only your pictures and your captions. So you guys, a huge thing is just smiling in your pictures. And you can like even see if you go back on like my feed, I like smiled way different than I do now. And it's because I like my life more, but it's true. Like, you guys, be warm and welcoming and inviting. Like, you want people to feel like they are your best friend, and you want them to DM you, and you want them to be able to like feel like they relate to you, so they DM you. So in your pictures, like, make sure you're like, you know, inviting. Like, even if it's as simple as like, you know how like even just me doing this, people are kind of like what's going on with her? Like, if I have my arms open and I'm welcoming, that makes a difference for people. And it's just little things like that. And be welcoming in your captions. Like, be positive. Do not be negative. And if you are negative, like, if you have struggles, that's fine. My life, like, I share my struggles, but you guys, you always have to have a positive solution at the end of it. You can't just be like share your struggles and then leave us at that. Like, that's not what people want to hear. People want to hear your struggles, and then they want to hear your solution to your struggles, or how you're working on getting past your struggles. They don't want to hear just like, you have no solution for me and you're just going to leave me on that cliffhanger. Like, are you okay? Like, they want to hear what is helping you. And that's your job. Your job is to show them what's helping you and show them what this is doing for you. My last one on your content is not everyone's going to relate to you, and that's the best possible thing. You guys are going to find your people through social media. You're going to find the people that like get you, and it's absolutely insane. When I first started, I was like, no way I'm going to find people that I actually like what? It is so true. Like my team, I'm obsessed with them, and you will become obsessed with your team when you start finding your tribe. And it's going to take time. You cannot influence people right away. You cannot expect to be posting for a month and then to have all of these people like flock to you. That's not the way it goes. You are going to have trials and fails and all of the things, but if you just keep going, that's the difference. That is the difference between, there's so many times I've struggled with my social media. Social media is very up and down. And there's so many times I've been discouraged. I haven't wanted to post. I've cried about it. I have stressed out about it. I have anxiety about it. But that didn't stop me from posting, because you know what? Someone else is struggling with the same thing. So I posted about it. So just know that not everyone's going to relate to you, and that's the best possible thing, because you will find your people on social media, and it's a cool thing. It's so cool that you literally, my best friends are from social media. Like, what? Weird. For tips for creating better content, which you guys have heard these from me before. Personal development, you guys should be listening to personal development every single day. And that should not take up more of your time. That should just be things that are like integrated into your time. So whether you're getting ready, cooking, or, going to school, on your drive to school, whatever the case may be, you should be listening to personal development. And if you find something that sticks out to you, like a quote or whatever the case is, write it down. Like, even if you're driving, don't text and drive, but like you can voice message or whatever into your phone. I do that all the time. Also Pinterest, if I'm feeling like really lacking content ideas, I will go to Pinterest and literally search motivational quotes, and I will find a quote that speaks to me, and then I talk about either how that quote speaks to me on my actual social media, or I will just like not even use the quote and just use the caption that came to mind while I was like writing that, and like reword it. Also, I didn't put this in there, but your story, you guys, you can never stop. You can never share your story too many times. There we go. At all, like ever. You guys, every day you probably have something you could write a caption about. And that's what I did a lot of days when I was in school and I was going to school and I was working full time. When I didn't like have like any like motivation in my mind or any like content ideas, I would literally write about my day and all the time, and just like what happened during my day, or like literally I was reading back on my captions and I was talking about how I signed up a new coach and I had a one-on-one call with her one time. Like there's things like that. I just was constantly sharing my day. And you guys should obviously be sharing that on your stories as well, but you never run out of content ideas if you're continuing to share just your life. Also, other non-Beachbody influencers, you guys, you have influencers that are not in the Beachbody world. Just like also a side note, if you follow any other coaches besides this team, after this call, you should unfollow them, because that is the worst possible thing you could do to yourself. And I think one of the reasons why I succeeded so much is because I don't follow anyone. So I don't compare myself to anyone. And you guys, just a tip, if you're comparing yourself to someone, unfollow them. Like their social media sucks sometimes. And sometimes you can get in that comparing game. If you are comparing yourself, unfollow them. I don't even care if it's me. Like you should not like be sucked into that, and you should follow people who give you positivity and like good vibes. And if you don't feel that, like unfollow them. And I do that constantly all the time because I never want to be in that game. But if I have a girl that I'm obsessed with, I will use her as a way to influence myself. I'll read her captions. I'll copy some of her poses and just like do my own thing and just get ideas from it. It's not like I'm stealing her stuff. I'm just giving it, like using her ideas and just making my own. And that helps so much. there's so many influencers out there that are not Beachbody related, and that will help you just kind of get ideas, see what's working for them, and how that could potentially work for you. Past posts that you have done / hold on, your story, which I already talked about, like your actual, like your story. Past posts you have done that have done well. We'll get more into this in insights, but basically you guys are able to see what posts have done well, / you could literally just like what gets the most likes, what gets the most engagement. All of those posts, those have done well. Like use yourself as inspiration. I do it all the time. Like I will literally reword a whole entire post if it has done well and just post it again. Like yes, it's probably like 5 months later, but still. Or I'll take like a note that I had in one of my posts, and I'll just like, you know, come up with another caption because of it. And you guys should always be like thinking of captions and thinking of those things and making sure that you are writing them down, because especially for me, I think of everything right before I go to bed or like in the shower, and I will literally like take my phone and like make sure I write it down so I don't forget it, because those are probably going to be the better captions when they just kind of come to you. Also ask your followers what they want to see more of. I do this all the time. I just, you know, do the little question box, and I'm just like, what do you guys want to see more of? Sometimes they say workouts, nutrition tips, like all that stuff, lifestyle things. I started talking about Jason and I's relationship more just because so many people were asking me about it. And obviously share only what you want to share, but you know what I mean. That just gives you ideas, and it does. A lot of people have great ideas that they want to see from you, and you don't really realize what you're lacking and what you're not sharing. Which brings me to another idea, is ask yourself questions. Like you guys can literally go on like a questionnaire thing, and you can like fill out the questionnaire and just like trigger your memory, or have someone ask you questions, like go to your social media and ask you questions like what they want to see more of from you, because there's a lot of things that we think we're sharing, but we're not really sharing enough of. Next one is increasing your engagement. So it's really important that you have followers, obviously, but you have followers that are going to engage with you and actually like care about you and like your posts and comment on your posts and take the time out of their day to do that. And it will always be a uphill, like a uphill battle, whatever it's called. It will always be a struggle. Not every post is going to do the best, and that's okay. But it's all about just keep going, and there's ways to increase your engagement. So if you do polls, questions like that heart thing on your story, you guys, if you ask your followers questions that are like not health and fitness related, most of the time, more people are probably going to answer those questions. And then if they answer those questions, they will see your posts more. So Instagram, if they're engaging with you on your stories more, they're going to see you, like they're going to see your post and see the post that you made, like they're going to show up in their feed. So make sure that you are, like, I like to do polls and questions about, like, are you a night owl or a morning person? I like to do those things because that will just help, like, people that don't necessarily usually engage with me, so then they see my content more. Also, comment back on every single comment and make conversation in your comments. So the first hour, I don't know, you guys, I posted on Friday, like, I think it was last Friday, like a 15-minute video on tips to grow your following. That was really good. One of the tips was to make a conversation in your comments, and that's really important because if you are, the more comments you get, the more likes you get, the more just engagement you get overall, the bookmarks in the first hour, the better your post is going to do. So you want to be like I literally make my boyfriend comment on every single post, every single one. And I make him bookmark every single one. I make my mom bookmark every single one. I still have my personal account. I bookmark every single one of my posts on that because it does better. And I do it right away. Like right after I post it, I have him comment, he bookmarks, I bookmark, I bookmark on my personal, I add it to my story. And that all helps. The more people see it quickly, the better engagement you're going to get. And then the higher chance it might get on the Explore page, or it will just be in your followers' view. It will just be in their feed. So also go out of your way to ask your audience questions. And this is more along the lines of like on your feed. So make sure that you, like, for example, Friday and Saturday, I get really low engagement. And you guys can probably go back to all of my posts. Every Friday and Saturday, I usually ask a question, like one of those days, because I'm just trying to increase my engagement. I asked like how you met your significant other the other week. I literally had 100 more comments than I usually do, just because people want to tell me their life. And that's what people want. They want a reason to engage with you, but they're too afraid to usually do it. So if you ask a question, more people will actually engage with you, and then those people won't be as afraid. So then they'll like post their life on your comment. So, and that's just going to help you. Like that is just a way for your post to do better, for you to get more engagement. And then after they comment and they maybe have never commented, they're just going to see your post more. And that's just a way for them to watch you more. Okay, understanding your insights. So this is really important one, because I think I literally look at my insights as not as much as I look at my back office, but just pretty close. Your insights are important. That is literally what your business, like, it tells you everything that you need to know on how you need to do better. And so I'm looking at mine constantly. I'm constantly seeing how I can improve. I'm constantly seeing just like what's, what it is. So first of all, if you guys don't know, in order to see your insights, you have to have a business page. I really think that you should have a business page because it does show you more things. It shows you your audience. It shows you when to post. It shows you just all of those things that matter. So I just think it helps. Let me go to my insights. So this first picture on the left, is that left? I'm really bad at right and left. On the left, it is for your audience. So if you just go to like the number, like how many profile visits in the last 7 days, if you click on that, it will go to activity, content, and audience. So the cool thing about content is you can see what your posts have done from like April 9th for a certain amount of days, basically. So I can see what my last 10 posts have done and which one's at the top, which ones has gotten the most engagement. And then you can go to see all, and you can see what posts have gotten the most engagement for the whole entire year. You can actually click at the top instead of going to engagement. You can go to follows. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if you just heard Jace. He just screamed because he's playing video games. That was scary. You can also go to follows and impressions, but you guys, most of the time, the most engagement you get, the most follows you're going to get from the post. It just kind of like coincides with each other. But the important thing about this is that you can see what your posts have done for the whole entire year. So you can see, what posts have done well and then recreate those. So I do it all the time. I always am going to my past posts and just seeing what has done well. And then you can also see your audience. And you can see how many follows you've gotten for the past, like a certain amount of days. You can see who, like what age group is following you, which will help you. And obviously that's going to change as like you get older, and it will just help you kind of, figure out just content ideas. And then also it shows you your gender. So what percentage of like women follow you, what percentage of men follow you. I always say this, but I used to have 50-50. And when I started like looking at my insights, I realized, well, I don't want to have 50-50. I want more women that follow me. And so I had to really change like the way I was going about my social media. So basically how I did that was I stopped like I literally just started being cuter. like instead of like showing my butt more. Like, that sounds bad, but it's true. That's what I did. Like I used to do like hump day, like Wednesday, happy hump day. And it was always like a picture of my butt. And I stopped doing that. I just started like honing in on more vulnerable captions and more captions that like related to women more and related to like my people more versus trying to please everyone. So I stopped, like, and I also like totally, I mean, I never like respond to a guy when he like comments on my like post or anything, but I just basically started making everything more positive and just like more focused on helping women and calling women out versus like being more broad. So I just was more specific in that way. For the next one on the right, this is an actual post of mine. So this is a post that did well. Not every one of these posts do as well as this one did. Let me go to it. So, and all you have to do to see this is you can click view insights and you can see all of this. And this helps. So your bookmarks, like, that was a good post. If you have a high number of bookmarks, that's awesome. Also the arrow thing, that means someone posted on their stories, I'm pretty sure. That is awesome too, because the more like arrow things you have, the higher your post has a chance of getting on the Explorer page. It also shows you like profile visits. I usually just look at follows to see how many follows I got on the post, because that is going to tell me how well the post did. And you can see why I got so many follows was because it was on the Explorer page. So when your post is on the Explorer page, it will tell you if it's on the Explorer page. Sometimes it's like it can say from location. Sometimes it can say from profile or from hashtags. But obviously the better posts are going to be on the Explorer page, and that's how you're going to reach more people. And Explorer page is now just like your mutual followers' friends. So it's like just who you follow and their friends, and that's what kind of helps the friends of your friends follow you, if that makes sense. And this is just important for you guys to understand, so you're looking at it and you're seeing how you can improve. Like, I will have down weeks where not a lot of people are bookmarking my posts. So I need to see how I can change that. A huge thing is just telling people to do it. Like, I always, when I post a workout, like and save this for later. When I always post on my stories, like when I'm getting bookmarks, I'm like, this means so much to me, because a lot of times people think that you can see who bookmarks it, and you can't, obviously. So like making it known that like you appreciate that. Whenever I post like, go bookmark my post, like, thank you so much for doing that, I will have like messages, oh my gosh, like I thought I was being so creepy. So just take note of that. Like, not everyone is educated in social media, so you have to use that to your advantage and like educate them and help them and make them realize that if they engage with you more, they're going to see your post more, and that's just going to help them see your content more. Tips for time management. So this is a big one. This is just like something I wanted to add in, because I know a lot of people struggle with working full-time, going to school full-time, all of the things. So obviously you want to take pictures in bulk, but I mean like a couple different things in this. Whoever's taking your picture, they better be they better be clicking your picture like over and over again, and not actually just like taking one and saying, oh, there you go. Like, make your photographer be good at what they're doing, and your one picture is not going to cut it. You need to have like 10 different pictures and 20 different pictures. Like, Jace knows, literally, you guys, when I'm taking pictures, Jace is just tapping. Sometimes he's not even looking. He's just like looking off in the world, and I'm literally like spinning around. Like, I look ridiculous, but it gets a good candid picture, so I have to do it. And then also save them for later. So use like, take like 20 pictures, from in one outfit. And then like, you're going to have like, okay, you're probably going to have like 50 pictures in one outfit and 2 good ones. And use one good one for now, and then use the other one later. And then also wear different outfits. So I always do this. I will literally take like 3 different outfits. Jason and I will go, hold on. Jason and I will go to different, like, I'm not kidding, like, this takes us like an hour in order to do. And yes, I didn't have the time to do that, but on my off days, that's what I did. I would make sure that I like made it a priority. And you guys, I hate taking pictures. I hate it. I'm not about it. It's not something I just want to spend my time doing, but I know that that's part of my business and I have to show up no matter what, even if like, like, even if I don't want to, you just have to do it. So you have to plan and like strategize and make it not so like daunting. And that's why I do like taking a lot of pictures in one day, just getting them over with. I will literally like take pictures in my mirror as like a selfie. And then I'll also take pictures outside. I'll take pictures on my wall. Like, you guys, my apartment is not pretty, but I still make it work. Even when I can't go outside, but thank goodness for warmer weather. Okay, wow, it's 7:42 already. Okay, also have captions created for when time's in a rush. So what I do is literally have my notes full of captions, like different caption ideas. Like I was saying before, if something like, like you like a quote or something, put it in your notes and then like save that for later. Like maybe make a little paragraph of a caption on it. This will help you so you're not in a rush and you can actually your captions should be meaningful. They should be thought out. And I always try to make my captions at least so I usually post at 8:00, which random thought time. I really truly think time matters and you can't just post you have to know when to post, and you can see that. You can see on your insights when to post by looking at, hold on, I don't want to tell you guys wrong. By looking at your audience and then going all the way down, and you can see the Mondays, you can see the darker the blue and the higher it is, the best time is when your followers are engaging on social media. So I do look at that, but most of the time I post at 8:00, and I will have my caption ready by 4 at the latest, because what I want to do is I'll make the caption. And this is if I'm doing a caption that day. Most of the time I already have a caption that I randomly did, and I'm just going to use that today. But if I will make my caption before 4, and then I'll step away from it. It's just like a paper. You step away from it because you need to edit it. And then you go back right before you're going to post, or 30 minutes before you're going to post, and you look over it again, you edit it, see if you can add anything, see if anything else comes to your mind. Also, you guys, actually have someone edit it. Jace reads every single one of my captions, every single one. And that's just something that he's helped me with, but you guys can always do that with each other. If you have a fellow coach on the team that you're friends with, send each other your pictures, to see if they're okay. I send one of my friends my pictures every single night too. And then just, care. That's just shows that you care. And especially if it's another coach on the team, they're going to understand, they're going to get it. Make a plan for the week to come. So that's just, it's going to help you guys make a plan. And make a plan of content wise. I know when I'm going to post a workout. I know when I'm going to post maybe a longer caption, or a caption about coaching, or a caption about my upcoming boot camp. I plan those things out, so I know exactly what I need to do. I know exactly what kind of pictures I want to take. And all of that. That's just going to help you. Okay, other tips. Never stop learning and trying new things. So be aware what's working and what's not working. If you have a post that doesn't do that well, understand that. It's going to happen, but understand that and maybe just change it around the next time. Instagram's always growing and it's changing, and you always have to be updated on the latest algorithms and all of those things. So actively search for knowledge, search what hashtags are working, literally just Google things and YouTube things will pop up. And that will just help you. You just have to, a huge reason why I got good at social media was just by YouTubing a lot of things. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew YouTube did, and I knew Google did, and I knew there were some things out there, and not everything that you see on the internet's gonna work, but you can at least try it out, see if it works. Giveaways on your feed and story. This just kind of helps your following grow a little bit more quickly. The first couple giveaways I ever did were no one actually entered, but that's okay. a couple people did. It's going to take time for people to actually enter, but giving away free things. Like I used to give away free like cookbooks. I would be like, DM me for a cookbook. Like I did all of the, like DM me for a recipe, stuff like that. I did all of those things, and that just helped increase my engagement because it made someone go in my inbox, and it just made other people start talking about me because I was handing out free stuff. Now that does not mean that like you just need to keep posting workouts that are, you know, free and stuff, but like give a little bit and then also like take a little bit. So that just helps you. Giveaways are really good. I always do giveaways on my feed, and I've always also done them on my story as well. So I misspelled this, sorry. Use this swipe feature and post more than one picture for better engagement. This is just a pro tip. I love posting 2 pictures. You have to realize that people like Instagram will make your post do better if they are seeing that other people are looking at your posts for longer. So if you have 2 pictures, they're going to look at it longer than they're going to look at one. So I like, and I don't try usually on my second picture. My second picture is like me looking down or something. So it's not like my favorite picture ever, but at least it helps my followers be more engaged and actually have to like swipe, because you know you have to swipe. Like who's not going to do that? They're going to look at the second picture. That's just life. My last and final like slide for you guys, and then I'll go into questions, is don't let your social media discourage you. So many people just like hide from it and run away from it rather than like diving into it and actually like caring about it. So we have a tendency when we're not good at something to quit. And just know you're not going to be good at it. Like I can guarantee you're not going to be good at social media at first, but that's okay. It's all about actually trying and taking action. Not every week is going to be a good week at all. You're going to have posts that do amazing, and you're going to have posts that don't do amazing, but that's okay. Like that's just part of the game. I still have posts that I'm like, oh, I thought that was going to do good, and it just like didn't. It was just like a flop. And that literally is just the name of the game. But you guys, you have to stop getting in your own way. If you are like, oh, it's okay if I don't post tonight, like if you do follow other coaches or you, whatever the case, and you see that they're not posting every single day and you think that you can do that, you can't do that. I do take one day off on Thursdays, but you guys, I've worked really hard to take that one day off. I used to post 3 times every single day for like 6 months. So it takes time to build your business. It's not going to happen overnight. Your social media is not going to grow overnight. Mine did not grow overnight whatsoever. But me consistently showing up every single day, that's what helped. And you guys, I know that you're probably like, oh, she doesn't have any secrets. I don't. Like, you guys, I do not have any secrets whatsoever. All these are just tips that have helped me along the way. But I don't have anything crazy that I've done. Like, I am literally sharing everything I could possibly share with you guys. But it's a matter of you just have to care. You have to actually want to show up. You actually have to take time and effort. And yes, it's gonna take time out of your day, but like plan for it. You guys you can make it happen. You can make it a priority. It's just like your workout. You have to make it a priority if you want to see results. If you get discouraged by not seeing results, then you really won't see results. So you have to show up every single day. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to see if there's any questions. Okay, I don't know if one of you guys wants to like tell me if there is any questions. Oh, I collected all the questions. Thank you, Jade. Okay, what is your method of thinking of content ideas and getting ready? I'm dying, hold on. What is your method for thinking of content ideas and getting images ready? Okay, so that's literally like me going on Pinterest, me listening to personal development, like all of that side that I had like my top 5. That's how I have content ideas. And I do try to like kind of be strategic about it. So I'll post like a transformation, usually every like 2 weeks, but as a new coach, you can definitely post like every week. I used to post transformations every week. I always have a workout. I always have, what am I trying to say? I always have a workout. I always have like maybe a longer post about like my story, or I have like an inspirational post. And then on the weekends, I always have more like lifestyle posts, so people get to know me. Like that's when I'll post about my grandma more. That's when I'll post about Jace more. That's when I'll post about my dogs, stuff like that. So they see that it's a real person, because that's what they want. They want to know that the person behind the account is actually a real human. Which social media platform do you use most when inviting? Instagram is 100% clients, 100% coaches. That's how I find everyone. But you guys, that doesn't mean that Instagram is where I found my thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean it will be for you. So I was posting consistently on my Facebook for a whole entire year, every single day. Like I would just share my posts to Facebook, and I just never, Facebook was never my thing. That's okay. Like Instagram became my thing. So don't like limit yourself. Don't think, oh, I'm going to be so good at social media, like so good at Instagram, this is going to be it. Like you guys, you have to do other things more than like social media. What was I doing to, hit SC30 when I was a new coach? I was talking to people. Like you have to talk to your coworkers. You have to talk to your friends, your family, like get out in your community. Like don't limit yourself to social media, especially when you don't have any followers, because it takes a while to build that. Was there a point in your business, like 1 to 2 months or so, where your social media started going faster, or has it always been pretty steady? It's always, honestly, up to 10K was hard. First of all, you guys, I never in my wildest dreams thought I would get to 10K ever. Like that was just like nothing. Like I never thought that was possible. Hold on. I have to. Okay, sorry, I had to mute again. But it happened, which is like, it literally still blows my mind. But yes, there was. Once I got to like 10K, it was a little faster. And then I remember like 20 to 30 was the slowest thing ever. And then 30 to 50, you guys, I was at 30K in November. And now I'm at like 52, 53 or something like that. And that's just, so it will, is what I'm saying, is once like you get to a certain point, I think it just kind of grows more quickly. But there's so many things that you guys can be doing. I remember, this is random, but I remember my friend, I worked with girls that were in sororities. I literally made them post in their sorority page to follow me. Like literally did that because I knew that that would help me. And even if it got me 2 followers, it was still 2 more followers. Was there a point, oh, I already said that. Do you use Lightroom to edit? Yes, I do. I use Lightroom to edit. You guys can always do a preset off of Etsy. Like you can buy a preset off of Etsy and then it like just search Lightroom mobile. And then you can buy one and then it explains how to use it. But I like, literally I bought one, yes, but it's nothing from what I bought. Like you have to change the edit so much. So if you don't understand how to use Lightroom, YouTube, like what exposure does, YouTube, what shot, like it will explain all of those things, and then that will help you because you do have to edit each picture a little bit differently. Yes, I'm using like the same like kind of preset, but I'm always changing it depending on whether it's light or dark or whatever the case may be. Do you ever look for other people to follow, or do you remain consistent with showing up and allow people to find you? So when I first, sorry, I'm so tan because I lay out. That was the last question. But I do like every day, like my post, what I'm trying to say, my posts are doing a lot better. They're getting more on the Explorer page, but that doesn't mean that I'm not like going and interacting with other people. So I'm still trying to engage. I'm more so trying to engage with my followers as well, because the more you engage with your followers, the more they're going to engage with you. And then the more you're going to get on the Explorer page or are in other people's, your followers like feeds. So I think that you guys should all be making it like 10 minutes out of your day engaging with new people, whether that be through finding people through hashtags, finding people through locations, like finding people through mutual friends. That's all going to help you. That's something I still do every single day. And that will just help you, get followers and get like that loyal following. Did you see a big jump in your followers when you started doing collabs? Not really. No, like Paragon is someone that I partnered with. They found me when I was at 11K, but you guys, I would literally DM people and be like, hey, do you want to do a collab? Like just to see if they wanted to, and just like use other social medias to your advantage. For example, like if you have a hydro jug and you post that, sometimes like they post it on their story. So like if you have Paragon will post you on their story. I know they've posted Brie a couple times because she loves Paragon. But like do those things, like use those to your advantage. You might not get that many followers from it, like, or anything like that, but you will get a couple. So it'll help you. I don't think collabs like changed the game for me by any means, but they did help me. Like Paragon gives me like a whole nother community of girls that comment on my posts. So that does help. But do you guys, I hope that helps. I don't really know if that answers your question, but do you guys have any other questions before we have 3 minutes? Thanks. It's from Target. Okay, I don't think you guys have any more questions. Okay, you guys are the best. I hope that was helpful. I can't talk. I'm like, ugh. But okay, I will see you guys later.